Hi, it's me again. Today we're looking at Holmes, Sherlock and Mycroft by Diego Ibanez from Devier Games. In this game, one person is controlling Holmes, the other Mycroft. There's been an explosion at the House of Parliament. No one was killed, but it was an attempted murder. Holmes has been hired by the family of the accused to prove they're innocent. Mycroft works for the government and has been assigned to prove he's guilty. You're each questioning people throughout 7 days, rounds, and trying to gather the most evidence to prove your case. So how does the game work? Well, you start by putting out these 3 characters that will always be on the board every single time. However, there's a deck of other characters that come out on each day. On day 1, you're going to draw 2. So we have Violet Hunter and Von Krom. Now these are all characters from other Holmes stories, and I will admit it doesn't make a ton of sense for them to be in this, but it's a neat touch, if you're a Holmes fan. I'm gonna go ahead and say the game is not like extremely thematic. A lot of Holmes games have you like solving mysteries by piecing together clues. This is more of a set collection, area control-ish kind of thing where you're putting your workers out. Let me show you. So, starting with one player, each person gets 3 of these investigation tokens, and they get 3 workers right here. This is Holmes. So, let's say I really want to start collecting 9s, because the player who has the majority in each number scores that many points. But here's the clever twist. If I have, let's say at the end of the game, 6 9s and my opponent has 3, I'll only score 6 points. Because you score the number minus however many your opponent has. So that way you're not like completely powerless if someone starts collecting a lot of 9s, which I think is a cool twist. But let's say I really want that 9. The Spectral Lestrade lets me pay 1 magnifying glass to take 1 card. So I'll put him on there and I'll lay him down. That indicates that he's been used. So I would take this 9, and you always play things in front of you. Everyone is allowed to see what you have, how many you have of them, etc. So there are 9 9s, 4 4s, 3 3s, 6 6s, 5 5s, 7 7s, and 8 8s. And that's how many, that's the clue cards. There's also in the deck, let's see if I can find them. Really one of these days I'm going to think about this. Oh, wow. Lucky me. There's also map cards. These are maps of the plans of Parliament. Focus, please. The more of these you have, the more it's worth. In fact, if you only end up with 1, you actually lose -1. But if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you end up with 10 points. So those are different kind of clue cards that you can gather. And you're going to be collecting these magnifying glasses. You're going to be collecting evidence from down here. And as you can see with Violet Hunter, you can even switch cards from the lineup here with your own personal one. Or this one gives you an option. You can take a card or pay 1 to take a card from your opponent. Each of these different characters in here all have different abilities. Like this one lets you buy 1, 2, or 3 cards, depending on how many magnifying glasses you're willing to spend. Irene Adler does other things. Gregson does the thing where you can buy multiple cards. Wiggins gives you exactly 5 magnifying glasses, which is more powerful. There's a lot of different effects. I'm not going to go over every single one, but there is a very nice section in the rulebook where it explains what every character does. It's a very well put together game. So let's go ahead and finish this round out. I'm not going to show every action, but I would take 3, 2, 3, and then here, there's not a lot of cards I want, but here's another thing. You cannot put 2 of your color on the same one, so maybe I'd go here to give myself 3 more for a future turn, and then orange is going to go here and take the 6 and the 5 because, that's 2 good ones to start right here. Oh look! A wild card. Now wild cards are important because, well, I would probably take that wild card if I was playing, so I'm going to put myself out there. So let's say I take this 7 and this wild card, and then I pay my 3 tokens in. When I get this wild card, I can do 2 things. I can go ahead and add it to this lineup so it counts towards it, or I can leave it over here and use it to start another lineup later on a different number. However, if this cannot be played by the end of the game, I will lose points. So that is important to remember. Also, there will be some abilities in the game that allow you to take a card, look at it, and keep it face down. You still, however, have to group them and put how many you have out, so people won't know the number, but they'll see how many you have. And if it's a wild, you must flip it over like this. Wilds can never be secret during the game. So I would replenish this here, and then I'm just going to throw this one over here. So they went and got 7 to keep me from having too many 7s. So now, the next round would start. Here's an important thing to note. There we go, I'm going to go ahead and put this guy out. Who we got? We got Billy. Hello, Billy. So let's say that we had both used one of these cards down here. These top 3 cards will always be here, never go away, always be face up no matter what. But the witnesses down here, if they get too much pressure from the brothers, if both of them go there at once, you actually scare off the witness, and for 1 round, they're flipped upside down and cannot be used. So if we had done that, we have less options now, but sometimes it's worth it. But at the start of each round, you stand up all your workers. Sorry, they're not, I mean, they're supposed to be like investigators, but they're workers. This is a set collection worker placement game, basically. And so what you're doing now is you're moving them around. So if I can't go here because I already have a blue here. So if I want to use this at some point, I better move them. So maybe I'll move the blue here. And I'll pay my last 3 to take this 9. Also, I probably would have put this on here. Like that. And now I've cleared up a space on her if I want to put a blue there later. And so that's how the game goes until you reach the end of day 7. You're putting out new cards, you're adding cards to your lines here, taking cards from one another if you get the right cards, playing hidden cards, getting tokens, moving stuff around, revealing new characters. It's a super neat game, and you're just trying to score the most points basically by collecting sets. I know the theme isn't super strong, but I feel like it adds neat flavor to the game. It's a lot of fun. That's Hercule Poirot.